I'm gonna wait for some people to join. Oh, hey, it's bright. Give it a few minutes. I don't know why it won't show comments. So, I'm back again. Did a quick video last time. It's been a while. About shamanic death. Been doing some hibernating. Healing hibernation. It's very useful. You guys should utilize that when you need it. I just like to disconnect completely. Should probably take these off. There's a glare. So how's everybody doing tonight? If you're watching, thank you. It's been a while. Oh, I can't see. I've been wearing my glasses a while. My seer eye's been a little irritated. So I'm here with my 14th transmission video. Oh, what did I just do? All right, that's not going to work. Oh, there they are. Okay. I gotta put these back on. I can't see my notes. I took notes today. Well, I've been taking them for weeks, actually. But hey, everyone, I'm here with my 14th transmission video, number 14. That's a lot. 14 transmission videos. I feel like they've all been leading up and adding from the last to the next, all kind of connected. For myself anyways, I'm not sure if others have been experienced the same, but I'm going to go over a little bit of it. So basically, this transmission video, I know I haven't been live in a while. I haven't been on. I haven't been posting. I haven't been showing face, but I'm here. I've been doing a lot of internal work, a lot of healing on myself, a lot of healing in my space, a lot of understanding the transmissions that I've received and how they're playing a big role in what's going on with humanity at this time. And basically, now this transmission came in 2.5 months ago. Hi, Carolyn. Good to see you too, or see your comments. This video, like even, all right, so here's my little post-it of the title of the video. And then on the back, I started writing my notes. Because this has been coming in for a couple months now. So with my transmission videos, if you watch them, you understand that it's energy coming in for the collective, for humanity in a whole. A lot of the times I'm experiencing this energy before a lot of humanity in the collective. So I'm kind of in taking it and navigating through it and understanding it. And then I notice that others are experiencing it. So I kind of try and put these videos out in hopes that people can understand that warning message of, hey, pay attention to this energy. You might have to deal with this soon. Or if this starts to happen, pay attention. This might be why. So again, if you go back to my transmissions, You're going to see some about not changing your perception of self, because it's very important that you don't get that jilted. You don't want that to be swayed in any way by a person, an energy, or anything in your surroundings, even your job. That was probably transmission number 8 or something, even further back it could have been. That is really important here. I've stressed that actually in the last couple, because the energy that's been coming into the planet, as we all know, has been changing everything. We've shifted from a 3D reality into 5+ reality. We are no longer in a 3D reality. Unfortunately, a lot of humanity is still programmed and still driving in 3D, but it doesn't exist on our plane. Not for my physical and non-physical sight. So, again, my transmission videos are a part of my seer ability. This is things I've seen with my foreshadowed, if you must, is a better word, I guess. After so many times this has happened, it's like I got to record it to try and get it out as much as possible. So here we are, number 14. So again, touching on those last ones, keeping the perception of yourself intact, the truth of who you are intact, because it's very important right now. If you have to self-reflect, you have to sit there, you have to write down things that remind you, or goals that you've had that bring you real joy, that you've wanted to attain, that ambition, the truth of you, the stuff you've worked hard for, that you're starting to see and that you want to basically finish or create so you can create the next thing, okay? But when we don't have that truth, or that perception of ourself is clear, we don't understand what those things are. We don't understand where our foot's going to go forward. We don't understand what our goals are. We don't understand our ambitions. So that's why I'm saying here with those past transmission videos, very important to keep intact the truth of who you are, how you see you, not how others see you. Because we can get so torn up in how others see us, or I should say, we get torn up on how others don't understand us, okay? So when we hold on to how many people can't understand us, we tend to lose sight of who we are. This is what I'm trying to eliminate in the population. This is what I want some people to kind of understand and realize. If you don't understand the perception of yourself, please try and internally reflect on that. Understand who you are. Journal about who you are. Embrace who you are. And honor it, okay? The energy that's happening right now, the shift from 3D to 5D, this is creating a totally different playing field energetically and physically. Our ecosystem is changing physically. I'm sure everyone notices the difference in fruits, meats, and everything, any kind of food in general, our agriculture, our weather, all of that. You may have seen the other videos I've done about Gaia crisis. Please go back and check that out. I have a few others recorded that I have to upload to YouTube on the dates I was specified to upload them. So those will be coming soon. But for now, understanding that shift, that change that's happening is really, really important. So not only is our spirit, my phone keeps buffering out. My internet for some weird reason. I have full bars, full internet. Important messages, they tend to make you not come out clear when things don't want you to express them. So basically, that totally sidetracked me because the video did that. We're in a shift right now. We're in a shift of that 3D is gone. Okay, so that's a lot of the ego self. A lot of what humanity is holding on to is that ego self. A lot of my last video was about shamanic death. It was kind of the importance of allowing the shamanic death to happen because you want to break away those layers of yourself that aren't you. So as you're reflecting, internalizing on who your inner truth is, you're journaling about who you really are and your ambitions and what makes you feel alive. Think about and release the ego emotions, thinking, habits, even the way you solve problems. Reflect on that, understand that, See how you've changed from that, how you may handle things a little differently. That evolution of yourself. Take note of that. And that might better help you value the truth of who you are and who you've become. Because right now, this old paradigm that's trying to take hold is that old 3D paradigm. It's almost as if humanity solidifies within that thought process long enough, it's going to create an illusion over our reality. Okay, so 5D and up works for me, I feel those dimensions work very magically, very quickly manifesting things. So think about it in this manner, seeing we don't have 3D anymore. If your thought form is still solidifying in the 3D thought process, which is the ego self, just because our physical and spiritual selves aren't actually in the 3D anymore. Because 5D and up is all telepathic, telekinetic abilities, you're kind of pulling in just that old thinking, that old paradigm. You're letting it like infuse into your body. You're letting it merge into your future self. So who wants that? It's almost like, I want to try and explain this so people can grasp it. So the 3D, say, is here, lower ego thinking. 5D is up here. We'll turn it around, okay? Higher level thinking, more telepathic, more manifesting, more creating your reality instantaneously. This is more like doom and gloom. Why can't I have what I want? That's the 3D thinking. Nothing's going to go right. Everything's going to be bad. I see this bad on the news. My life's going to be horrible. Oh, no, 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 no. Frantic. 3D ego thinking reality. 5D is manifesting, creating, and knowing that everything is good in the world because you are creating the world you live in. Okay? So now 3D is gone. That's not part of our reality. But if you're keeping your thought process here, you're vibrating like this. And we're all going like this, okay? 5D, we're like, hey, hey, up here. But you don't want to think like us. You want to stay down here with your mind. So it's almost like it's creating this illusion in between 5D. Well, the bottom of 5D, I wouldn't even say in between because I don't feel 3D is even a thing anymore. That box thinking is out of here. It's going to be very difficult for those who stay inside that box. So we have to break those boxes. We have to understand that the old paradigm of thinking is not right. So while we're creating this illusion of the 3D thought process in our 5D reality, it's almost like, how did I want to word this? It's going to keep a lot of people, the music just dead stopped. How fucking weird is that? My whole computer just went black. So basically, that feels so weird. It's so quiet. No wonder why. The music just stopped because Wardruna wanted to come on, and Uris is the rune of strategy and life force, okay? All right, so this illusion, this lower 3D thought pattern illusion that'll be created in the 5D for those who don't want to excel into the 5D, who want to stay in that lower thought form of thinking, you're kind of just sit there and dwindle in this like funhouse mirrors. I don't know what it makes me think of. It's just like spinning your gears. You're gonna just be in the old mundane. You're almost gonna just fall back into those old habits, those old ways of thinking, those never gonna go anywhere, gonna solidify in this and stay there forever. Like it makes me think of those movies like Pleasantville and like the ones where they like basically live in those weird towns. They all have the same house and they just do the same thing all the time. That's the old paradigm. The new paradigm is linking to your higher self. So the telepathic abilities are here. So why aren't we using them? It's almost like a lot of people are using them to get stuck into an alternate reality. I went into a meditation and was seeing kind of some fucked up scenarios that it's going to start happening. And I saw scenarios that could have happened in my own life, in other lives. I'm noticing timelines. The timelines are shifting like crazy because we're breaking. So this whole shift from, this is how I'm sorry, I apologize right now if I'm kind of spinning off the fact. Please go back and watch from the beginning. But as we shift, we're already shifted into the 5D and up. Depending on your level of consciousness, you're in a higher dimension. Bottom line. But now 5D is the lower totem pole. This is what I'm trying to express. So those who are stuck in that rooted ego 3D thinking, because our physical reality, our spiritual reality does not exist in 3D anymore. I don't think that it even is on our plane of existence. Like, it's literally vanished. But the problem is humans are creatures of habit. So their thought process, which now is their fuel, their energy, their life force, because that's what's creating our reality, is tainted with the 3D thinking because it's still there. So we have to figure out a way to wash that out. I'm trying to do this video because I feel like starting tomorrow, January 15th, no coincidence, this is my 14th video. I did it on the 14th. I was going to do it yesterday. I ended up getting home late. I was hungry. I was like, I'm not rushing this. I don't want to be all nervous, trying to jam everything in. Let me do it tomorrow. When I woke up today, I realized it was my 14th video. And I go, well, that was all supposed to happen. So basically, what's going to happen now, because we've switched to the 5D, is that the solidifying starting to happen. The lower totem pole is the 5D. So now, are you going to just be on autopilot and constantly think of 3D thought forms within a 5D reality and just go nowhere? Or are you going to embrace the 5D reality and up and go somewhere? That's basically what it's going to happen. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Heidi. Happy birthday, Heidi. That's awesome. So I see tomorrow, because it's not even just me. In my life, in others' lives, family lives, everybody, I'm seeing the difference. Or should I say, I'm seeing that tomorrow, the 15th, is this really big day. This day is going to literally set things in stone. It's going to just, the wrecking ball is coming. Like, I don't even know what else I could say about that. It's, the gears are set in motion. So on the 15th and forward, your thought process is really important. You really need to understand your sense of self, your life force, and how you are driven, your ambition, your will. Like, you don't allow your will to be bent by others, by your surroundings. You need to understand that people that don't understand you are going to impose their own will because they don't understand you. So then you're in constant questioning of who you are as you're trying to help them understand, when the only person who should understand is you. Because right now we're about to go into this turning point, and the 5D is solidifying at the bottom of the totem pole. Where are you going to be when that happens? Are you going to be completely understanding of who you are? Or are you going to fall into the past self from 10 years ago? Are you going to fall into a self that you don't understand? Or are you going to take your past self and you're going to take the future self that you want to be, or even the self that you've become to this day, and merge them and become your future self? Because that's my best advice for a lot of people, is understanding the parts of yourself from the 3D reality that got you into the 5D. Because I know that I had a very lower thought form of thinking years and years ago, and got myself in a lot of situations where I had to climb myself out. But it got me into a 5D thinking process. It got me into a spirituality-based thought form. It got me into something that really, really made me understand that I'm creating what I'm existing in. It doesn't matter if others don't understand that. As long as you understand how you are making it happen, that's what's important. When we're sitting there and saying, oh my God, the worst is yet to come. Why is this all happening to me? Why is this all happening to me? You are in 3D thinking form. You are riding with your ego and thinking nothing can happen unless someone saves you. Or you save yourself. So I'm trying to help people understand after tomorrow, where it's going to be a lot harder for you to get out of that thinking frame. Like, the optimism, The light at the end of the tunnel, it's possible, regardless of what is going on right now. Yes, everything is falling to shit. But you know what happens right before a shitstorm? Or right after a shitstorm, I should say? A very big up-leveling. So, I guess it's if you can get over the hump. Can you get over the hump of what's happening right now? Because this shift after the 15th, you're going to be set with triggers. If you're in the 3D thought process. If you're in the 5D thought process, you're going to look at them as radars. You're going to say, wow, this is coming. Let me watch out for that. Oh, I noticed that before it even happened. Okay? 3D thought process. That's not how you're thinking about it. You're like, what's next? So, my question to you is, are you on autopilot in the doom and gloom, or are you in drive? Are you the rocket? You know, like, are you powering it? So in my notes, I wrote a final part, basically about how I just said, take your old self, the thought process, the things you learned from yourself in that 3D thinking. The good stuff, you know, the soldier, warrior part of you that got you out of it. The part that helped you get into that better thinking form, that light at the end of the tunnel. Keep those parts of you. Keep the parts of you now that you honor and you value, that you've become from that old part. Squish them together and bring them with you in the future. It's kind of what I'm trying to say here. And if you don't know what those things are in you, you need to start journaling them. And you need to start writing them down. Pros and cons. You know, it's not good to stay in the old. We all say that, right? Out with the old, in with the new. Good, I am glad. If you go back and watch the beginning, I talked about, I kind of touched on it a little bit now, but the 3D thought process. It's still, the 3D reality is gone. It's non-existent. We're now working in a 5D and up reality. That's just what we are. That's our dimension now, 5D and up. But there's so many on this planet, their thought forms are still working and vibrating in 3D. So it's almost creating like a shockwave of an illusion. And in that illusion, those thought forms are going to solidify. But if you are able to get out of that, if you're able to like excel out of the thought form thinking, that ego base, the bad habits, the resolving issues in a bad manner with hostility, blaming others, ego-based shit. If you're still living in all that, or breathing that, or making actions based on that, you're just going to kind of, in a dust storm of an illusion of self. And you'll never fully know who you are. So, like I said, my best advice right now is to merge that old self, to move forward with the new self. I wrote down here with the people, I wrote so many notes for the people that are stuck in the 3D thought process, like a little chicken scratch. Got my wife, this together with that. You know those memes where you see the guy on the whiteboard and he looks like a conspiracy theorist and he's pointing and they're like, you think yeah, that's how I take notes. But basically, like, I'm seeing the people that are, they're, you know, stuck in that 3D thought process. Hey, Lindsay, what's up? I wrote acceptable replacement therapy, falling into the mundane box of the 3D. Sheeple thinking, peer pressure, not in an, I actually wrote unindividual. Someone who's not being their own self. Like I said, own it. Own who you are. Walk in your truth. Stop helping people understand your truth. Only you need to understand your truth and then walk with it. Held high. So after tomorrow, it's almost like I think of like old Italians in like the cement shoes. Do you want cement shoes? If you don't let go of the 3D thought process, that's what's going to happen. Because we're vibrating at 5D now. That's the lower totem pole. So those who are in 3D and don't understand what that means we are manifesting instantaneously. That means we are instantly living our reality. If you're sitting there thinking, oh shit, what's next? I'm fucked. That's all that will happen. Okay? There's not much we have to do to manifest now. Okay? And what comes with that is some issues as well. You have to stay protected energetically, psychically. The telepathic telekinesis abilities are on the rise right now. I've stressed that in other videos. I mean, that's just like the blueprints of 5D reality when you really get down to it. So, are you protecting yourself? Are you allowing your thoughts to be influenced from others or things or even bad choices? Reevaluate it. But like I said, merge yourselves, merge your old self, your present self, and then you'll be able to see your future self. Because that's living in your purpose. Why you came to this planet, why you're here. We're not here to live in the mundane and be told how to live. We're here to express and communicate between spirit and humanity. I mean, we're here for so many different things, and everybody's here for their own. So try and walk more in the 5D. Understand that the 3D thinking is no more, if you can. I know it's hard for a lot of people. But we can do it. We can get to where we need to be without stress, without worry. You know, try to stay calm. Try to stay focused. So many things happened today, and I just stayed calm, and I didn't react. And I was thinking about it. Yeah, that's a great example. Is years ago, my 3D not self would have reacted, would have got mad, probably would have broke something, because I was one of those people that used to punch holes and break things when they were mad. Faces. I mean, things happened. My angry self, that was my not self. My light self, the healer in me, connected to my higher self, that's a person, like I'm doing it right now. I'm merging my old self, the one that would stand up for myself, my truth, and my power, and my I would say spiritual self, the more holiness of me, that divine guidance that I would give, in a sense, the more light self, merging it with the old aspects of self, the darker self. You want to look at it as two wolves, which ones you're feeding? Merge them. This is what we're talking about. After tomorrow, you're going to start seeing it either sticking or releasing. I mean, it depends. What reality do you want to stay in? You know, we're capable of a lot of things, and we should for sure go forward with that. So, release the 3D thinking, the bad habits, the bad problem solving. You're going to be met with tests. If you're still in the 3D thought process, this is a good way for you to understand. If you're still in the 3D thought process, you're just going to see it all as tests, triggers, problems. If you're in the 5D or up thought process, you're going to look at it as opportunities. You're going to look at it as breadcrumbs along the way, signs to live your purpose, to express what's truly you. So think about that in the next few days. Carolyn, I'm just saying, so with my seer ability and how we need to understand our truth, because if we're in a lower thought form of thinking, like 3D reality thinking, we're going to kind of just solidify in that. It's just going to stay over us like a cloud. But if we try and release that thinking, it's just going to be lifted. And we're going to feel very clear, calm, and focused. Because we'll be integrating the 5D more easily. I'm trying to help people understand that there's still a layer of 3D thinking creating illusion around a lot of people, because humanity is having such a hard time releasing that. I mean, think about it. We're creatures of habit. So when we're comfortable and used to something, we don't like change. We need to change. The universe the cosmos are constantly changing, and they're endless. So when we create that in our life consciously, the possibilities are endless. I see tomorrow being that transition point. The 15th is that breaking point. I'm seeing it in myself, what I have to do tomorrow, what other people I know, my family, people I work with, just things they have to do tomorrow. It just makes so much sense when you line them all up and you're like, oh, we're going to be severing cords even more. There's like a door shutting. Something is, it's like shut the door and don't look back. All that bad stuff is going away. All that past shit that's been dragging ass on you, it's going to go away. But you have to be able to release it. You can't just take it with you through that door. Like, it's just going to be a doorstop. That's what it feels like to me. It's just like, you don't want to take luggage through this door. You want to go through without things. You want to go through with like just the shield on your chest, your armor. You don't want to go through. I know, Ashley, I just fucking declined your call. You call me during videos. But, yeah. Get the fuck out of autopilot, people. Hey, how are ya? I know, I just saw your missed call. I ended it. It came up on the screen. But we gotta, release that shit. Because after tomorrow, it's solidifying. That's how I see it. Just take yourself, it's not even it's just releasing the fact that we think we're still in there. So like I said, in the beginning of the video, I see, as we are more in the 5D reality, that 3D reality thought form is creating almost like a smoke screen around our 5D to confuse other people that aren't fully in the 5D, to pull them back to 3D. So let's just clear the dust. If you're still thinking in the 3D thought form, you will look at situations soon and upcoming as triggers, as tests, as things you have to clear, karmically, whatever. Problems that you don't want to take with you. You're just going to look at everything as issues. And there is, the big light bulb that says, hey, maybe I'm still thinking in a 3D reality base, a lower ego-based thinking. Let me try and brighten this up a little bit. You could do the writing affirmations, write your goals down, make a goal board, do something that makes you happy. Get your mind out of the freaking gutter. Because we're in a 5D reality and it's creating everything. You're living in everything you are thinking. And you're going to continue to do that. So release what you got to release, because after tomorrow, it's just, I don't want to say every man for himself. It's just, the energy is just, don't let it pass you by. Don't let it pass you by. Release what needs to release by then, and just move forward. Get out of that acceptable replacement therapy. Falling into the 3D box. You don't want to be a sheeple. So don't do what you're told. No. Just remember who you are, and don't worry about explaining who you are to other people. Just because other people don't understand you doesn't mean it should confuse who you are. As we go into the 5D reality more and more, and it solidifies into the lower form of the totem pole, because to me 5D is the lower part of the totem pole now, and then it skyrockets. What level are you at? So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I don't want to make it too long. If you're interested in how I started off, please go back and watch. Basically, merge your old self and your present self. The parts of you from your past that you kept with you, Release those parts that are still dwindling, that maybe are rooted in anger, fear, jealousy, whatever part of that ego that doesn't serve you. Sometimes we need a little bit of ego to make good discernment decisions, good discernment decisions. So I don't want you to release all of it. 3D thinking isn't entirely wrong. There's parts of instinct that should be evolved. But for the most part, that doom and gloom aspect, that no going out of this little box, it's only like this is as far as I can go, that's that 3D thinking you need to release and enter into the 5D, because we are limitless and we need to start acting like it. We need to start moving forward with it. So release that and take control. Take your life by the balls and make it what you want. Bottom line, you're only going to do that if you're connecting to your higher self, thinking in a higher thought form, and releasing that ego. So I hope you all can do that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. If you go back and rewatch the video again if you feel called. And I hope you connect with this message. So peace, love, and blessings all. Be true to you. Later.